82 games have come and gone. The Avs won 56 of them, setting a new franchise record for both wins and points. But with the regular season now over, Colorado is back to the Stanley Cup playoffs, home of 3 consecutive painful exits, all in the second round. Last year, the Avs ultimately couldn't walk the walk. It left them with unfinished business. Expectations are higher than ever. It's cup or bust season in Denver. There's been a whole season of talking about it. Now it's time for the Avalanche to be about it.
You already owned it.
Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche pregame show presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR when you sign up for a new account to get amazing odds boosts every single day. I tried to warn you, chat. I told everyone on the watch along in the show not yesterday, 2 nights ago. I don't fit the jorts anymore.
This is a great thing. See how we said yesterday? The great thing about when you're covering a team.
Game days are the only days that count.
When you're covering a team that's in the playoffs, it's just one long day.
Yeah, never ends.
There are no separate days. There's no Monday or Wednesday. I was talking to Z on my way driving in. She was just like, oh, no, May 8th and May 9th. And I was like, what's today? Genuinely, I had no idea what the date was.
Does it matter?
Yeah, I was like, they play on Monday.
Yep.
That's what I need to know.
Is it game day or not? That's
right.
The only thing that matters.
Exactly.
Avs going for the sweep in Game 4, taking on the Preds in, what's the name? Bridgestone Arena? Is that what it's called now? Okay. Got that right,
Is there
at least.
a Rangers fan in the bar?
I don't know, but he's really sad right now, I imagine.
Get her the fuck out of here.
She's not having a good time, that's for sure.
She doesn't belong. Exactly.
There's also a designer here that's all about that.
Oh,
that
is he better? Is he good?
Huh?
Is he okay?
I haven't heard.
He's okay.
Cool.
Anyway,
yeah.
Same lineup as last game for the Avs. Pavel Fracouz getting the start. Darcy Kuemper is fine. Just a little bit of swelling around the eye. Nothing serious. Expectations are he'll be good to go if he's needed.
Moving forward, I would guess.
Yeah.
But Justus Annunen is backing up tonight.
Yeah.
So there's that. Whatever you want to take from that. In this game, let's start with confidence levels, because I think a lot of people out there are feeling like they know the Avs are the better team. They know things are established. But
I haven't seen, outside of when I expressed some reservations on Twitter an hour ago, all I had seen was sweep day, can't wait to get this over with. This is a blah blah blah. Like a
I guess
sweep
I'm on
is
the
just-
wrong part of Twitter then.
It's just guaranteed. All I've seen is just a lot of like sweep.
That's not what I've seen. But.
So,
all right. Feeling good then, I guess.
good. This just means we're hanging out in different areas and we're seeing a more well-rounded voice.
I guess it works.
So confidence levels, at least from us. Also, I will gatekeep Rangers fans in this bar all goddamn day. And there isn't a thing that any of you, especially you, Worf Jig, are going to do about it.
This is our bar. No one else's.
I don't know who's laughing, but I hear the laughter.
It might be me.
What is it really that simple for the Avs? Is the Avs game plan change nothing? Is that what we're looking at tonight?
Why would you change something?
Exactly.
Okay.
Nashville hasn't been able to hang. They tried some like drastic-ish line changes where they kind of they shuffled some guys around in their lineup in Game 3. They played okay. They had their best stretch of the series for about 25 minutes.
That's a generous amount of minutes.
And they at no point did they have a lead and were chasing almost the entire time. And so if you're Colorado, you're like, they haven't proven capable of doing anything to us. It's on them to make changes. Why would we adjust?
Fair enough.
I wouldn't make adjustments, but I would be mindful of some things going into tonight's game. Mercury is in retrograde tomorrow, and we've been in the shadow period for the last 2 weeks, and this predominantly affects communication and travel delays, and we have seen the Avalanche take too many Ben penalties in Nashville to their detriment before, and this would be a time where communication on the bench is incredibly important.
So too many men penalty coming for sure. For the
Somebody. So I was looking actually, even in last game, the Taves goal was a Nashville communication breakdown on their bench, and I think that they were being affected by the shadow period at that point. And so I think skating faster to wave off icing calls because they need to account for more travel time, being more communicative on the bench, and just being sure about timing when committing to hits so that they're not coming in a little too late.
I'm here for more communication. I can speak words.
I can speak words. Professional speaker of words.
Get paid to do this, folks. I'm here for that. I can definitely tell you it's frustrating when I have to go on to my post-game review, explain a Predators goal, and just yell at the Avs defenders, talk! Use your words! Never a fun time to
Look,
do
it's a shy group, all right?
that. Is it?
Yeah.
I think Bo's a bit of a chatterbox out there, though.
Come on, Bowen Byram's the shyest guy you've ever met. There's no confidence
And
there.
then he steps out on the ice.
No, there's no confidence
I see.
there.
I
He
see
lacks
what you're
any
doing.
and all confidence in all life situations.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're
He
right.
is not. He is not your prototypical dude
You're right.
that walks into a room and his dick has been there for 5 minutes. All right.
We're talking about Byram?
Yeah.
Well, he's a Gemini.
What did you say? I didn't
So
hear.
he's a Gemini.
Oh, okay.
Are Geminis traditionally that
Yeah.
confident? I have no idea.
Yeah. I only know
They're
one Gemini.
duplicitous.
It's my sister. So
Okay, I'm not going to even open that box. I don't even know what signs my brother and sister are. What is the sign right now?
So it's going to be in Gemini. It's
But
going...
My sister was born on May
Oh, sorry.
4th.
No, sorry, Taurus. We're in...
Taurus?
Yes.
Okay.
Taurus is coming to an end.
There
great
you go.
cars.
What?
Great cars.
Oh my god.
They're a really grounded placement.
Okay. Let's get back to the hockey.
So sorry.
No. Your take was perfect. I took it to
I
like
think all of
family
our pregame
signs.
shows need to be Meghan and Susie talking about the signs.
We talked about it today. We were like, Mercury in retrograde is tomorrow.
So
What
get
should-
this done today. Get it over with today before weird things start happening.
They've already begun.
How
long
long
does
does
it
it
last?
last? Yeah.
Through June, like 2nd
Oh,
or
Oh, that's a
6th.
long time.
But,
Yeah,
but there's 2 weeks
great.
following it. That's another shadow period. So you really
Right.
are just in it.
so this whole playoffs
there's-
is cursed.
But there's always 2 teams in it. See, it's
There
not.
is. No, it
doesn't just
affected
affect-
Nashville.
Yeah.
So
Now I understand why every game in these playoffs is a blowout. It's all adding up.
And tons of penalties.
Yeah.
It's great. It's bizarro postseason. We got it. It's all figured out.
Francouz in net. Obviously, they got through last game. He settled in as the game went on.
You guys confident with Pavel Fracouz in net? I'm just skipping the bleed up. Are you confident?
I'm confident enough for Nashville.
So I think it's kind of like the conversation that oddly we had on the watch along when Eric was sitting here.
Yeah.
Where he said, if he gives up 3 goals, are you confident the Avs could get to 4? And I said yes, and that's still where I am with Frankie.
Certainly against Connor Ingram. Yeah.
I give him a 3-goal leeway. If you give up any more than that, you've had a bad night.
This
But I
year,
give him keep it 0-3, and I think that the Avs should win.
This year he's had a mixed bag. Came out, played stellar in games. He's
I mean,
had
he's a
a
backup
shutout.
goaltender.
Yeah. And
If
there's
it's not a
times where
mixed
gets up
bag, he
goals.
would be a
Yeah.
starting goaltender.
Yep. Exactly. But in the other net, you have another backup goalie.
The backup might be generous in that.
You have
Backup
a
goalie.
backup
You have an
backup,
AHL
yeah.
goalie that's playing pretty well. Had a out of his game or out of his mind game in that game too.
Game 2.
Yeah, it's funny. You
And then
look at
came
the
back to
numbers, and you're actually like, "Wow, statistically, this has been pretty good." Because that first game, when
Yeah.
he came in and he gave up like 2 goals on like 34 shots or whatever, and you're like,
That's solid.
neat.
Yeah.
No, you don't care
And then
about
the
any
second
of those.
The second game, he had a .961
yeah, well,
save
and the
percentage.
second game is like the all time, and then the game the other day is obviously a nightmare for him.
Yeah. That one didn't break into the 9s.
Yeah, but it was interesting when I was looking at just curious what goalie stats look like so far in the
Yeah.
postseason, because it anecdotally has felt like a really high scoring playoffs. You still got guys who are rocking in with save percentages that you're like, yes, it's fine.
This is a goalie's nightmare right now. Like injuries, just like weird things happening.
Yeah.
Games that are just getting out of control. Rangers tonight.
Brutal.
I have no idea what's happened in that game.
Six-
6 to 2. Yeah. Pittsburgh.
Jansen Heinen, let's go.
Every time a Pio scores, I immediately now just think like somewhere
Eddie Speaker
your
tagging
world
me.
there's been like a disturbance where you're like, a Pio has scored. Like you just like feel the energy in the universe shifting.
It's true.
How about the Kings last night?
This is why nobody trusts Edmonton.
Yep.
Like I picked them to sweep, and it was like
I got the Kings moving
great,
on.
but we are like we're close enough to the world's worst series between Dallas and LA that it's like, is this really going to happen? Is the universe really going to do this to everybody?
Oh, God. That would be brutal.
Anyway,
It
Frankie.
could happen.
Anyway, yeah, Francouz in net. I don't even know if Francouz is the story. The real story is which version of Connor Ingram shows up tonight for Nashville.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, yes, this was a dude that the Eagles lit up this year.
right. It's the real Connor Ingram is
Easy.
not the dude you saw in Game 2.
Well, that's
I don't
my
know.
point,
I don't know
is
that it's the dude you saw in Game 3
it's not the
either.
dude that you
but
saw
yeah.
in Game 2. It's probably not the Game 3 guy. It's probably like somewhere in between god awful, giving goals or just like giving goals away where he's just
And
melting down emotionally.
Desperately deserved to
How
win.
short-
but
Yeah, and
yeah.
like playing the game of his life.
How short is this leash tonight?
Oh, for me, it's a no-brainer. You don't even bother with David Riddick.
Really?
You don't. No, if he gives up 2 goals in the first 5 minutes, you don't go to David Riddick because you have no faith. David Riddick has at no point this regular season put together a consistent string of starts to justify any good feeling at all. So I think at this point, you just ride or die with Connor Ingram.
Really?
And if you're dead at the end of Game 4, then you don't care.
Like, even if he gives up 4 goals in the first, you would keep him in there?
I mean, at that point, it's the game is over, and
True.
you're like destroying a young player's confidence.
Yeah.
And then maybe at that point, you're like, oh, just for his own sake.
Yeah.
You know, for the sake of not embarrassing him on national TV anymore, then maybe you do it. But from a competitive standpoint, I don't think there is. No.
$5 from Pin King here. If Avs win tonight, Kuemper will have at least 6 days of rest before the Avs' next game.
Us too.
Yeah!
Will it be 6 days?
So Minnesota St. Louis has a minimum of 2 more games.
Yeah.
Oh,
which
which
would be
is-
3 days.
Well, it's essentially 4 because they're not going to go play a back-to-back.
Well,
So
they play tomorrow, and then
Right.
they'd play Thursday.
Yeah.
So that's 3.
Right. And then you know that they
Then
won't start
Friday
the series
off.
Friday.
But they could play Saturday, which would be 5.
So
But more likely they play. More likely
all I was
Sunday
saying
or
is it's
Monday.
a guarantee of like 4 for sure.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there.
And that if they split,
The
and they
big
go
thing
7,
is that
it's-
other series have to start ending.
right, exactly.
That's
All
very
these
true.
series
All
are
these, they're all
pretty evened up,
2-2, and so it's like the Avs are just like,
Boys, where you
okay,
at?
I guess.
The Wild Blues series is wild.
It is.
There have been 0 close games.
Wild.
It hasn't been fun to watch because
No.
you're just like,
And,
oh,
like-
one team is smoking the other.
exactly.
All right.
3-4 goal differentials
Yep.
every
It's gonna be
time.
something else.
Yep.
Minnesota looked legit scared last night. Like, they were not going after pucks. Like, they looked like they thought they were going to win the game right away.
USA loser town, baby. Let's go.
What?
USA loser
Is that what we're calling Minnesota now?
What?
Oh, what just happened?
Yeah, here's yelling about USA Loser Town. I don't know. Oh, yeah!
Well, maybe someday we'll get to 3-1.
You smell that? Smells like steak.
Do you know what steak smells like? It doesn't smell like anything up here.
That goal smells a lot like steak to me. I don't know
can't
about
believe I'm
Blais.
going to lose my bet in the first
Long way to
round.
go.
I know.
true.
I know.
Long way to go, man.
The one thing I did want to bring up: 5-on-5. The game
Yeah.
the other night was 2-1 Avalanche.
So
at
I
5-on-5.
keep seeing some
Yeah.
of this from Nashville people where they're like, look, if we just stay out of the box, it's fine. And it's like you've gotten outscored at 5-on-5 in every game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
What do you mean if you just stay out of the block? You lose by less?
And that's Preds hockey, though. All year, they haven't been very disciplined.
Yes.
They've taken a lot of dumb
They
penalties.
led the NHL in minors.
Yeah. So, I mean,
The
it's not
fact
going
that
to
they
change.
haven't taken more is probably a minor miracle for them.
Okay. So we're not expecting 5-on-5 to play it out.
No, Not saying that. Nashville kind of is who they are.
Yep.
I hear you,
Like
but
they have an identity, and that this is who they wanted to be. They wanted to be a team that plays physical and with an edge. And you take chances, and every once in a while, when you take chances, they don't go well.
do you
cross that line?
trust the refs to not put the whistles away with a series on the line?
Well, in a playoff game, I never trust.
Ever.
Let me
Full
just back
stop,
up and just
never
say
trust.
I never trust the refs. Doesn't matter what circumstance it is. None of that, and no caveats there. Do I trust the refs? Fuck no.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Maybe not the brightest question to ask on that front.
Yeah, God, what are you with sports media? What was that?
Yeah, well, I've heard worse questions in my day.
I've asked worse questions.
Me too, probably. Tyson Joe still hates me, I'm pretty sure.
There's one person in the world certainly convinced that Tyson Jones hates you based on that question. It was a fun day on Twitter.
This is a weird day. This is a weird one. Still, though, the Avs have proven to be the better team in every facet of the game, including 5-on-5. So what is Nashville's best out to extend this series?
Matt Duchene.
He does have half of their goals. So,
And he's really one of the only players
No,
that's
he
shown up
really
in the
is.
series. Like, he really, truly is.
all right. Do the Avs have
I'm
any,
looking
or do
forward to this
the
point.
If they can stay out of the box and get the Avs to go into it, they might have a chance.
Well, like, if Connor Ingram, if their backup outplays Colorado's backup, then, like, you're in that world. But you're talking about, this is a team that thrives on a home atmosphere that right now just doesn't exist. I mean, we saw as hard as they worked for keeping Avs fans out of the building, Preds fans forgot to show up in Game 3. Like, that just wasn't in an intimidating atmosphere. And by the time anybody noticed that they were awake, like, it was only because they were erasing leads.
Do you think they forgot to show up, or they're like, why bother?
Well, and like, you look at the market today for tickets, and they're like lower bowl seats for $60 for a postseason game. Like,
Yeah.
it's a joke, dude.
Well,
Like, the fact, like, people have like pulled the ripcord and bailed on the Preds, and part of the beating the Preds in Nashville has been the air of, you know, that aura that they've built up at Bridgestone Arena, and it's so loud and it's so passionate, and they fight so hard for the Preds and give them all that energy, and they feed off
They
of it.
couldn't even
and-
get the goalie right the other night.
Right, like,
they were saying Kuemper sucks when Frankie was in
Right,
there.
like, it was a total, like, it just wasn't a good showing, and
yeah.
now you're just like, okay, is that going to be a half full building tonight? Are they even going to be amped up? Like, it feels like the atmosphere has sort of been taken out of it, and that was a big part of, like, winning in Nashville's hard. It's just a tough building to play in. It's
think
a lot
it's-
easier if it's really docile.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the first
fine.
5 minutes, right? If they come out, score a goal, maybe they can get behind them and get going. Feel like
right.
get up for this
Yeah,
game.
I mean, if they get up 2-0, I'm sure it's going to sound crazy.
Does things sum it up any better than jersey count thrown on the ice 1,
What was that?
catfish count thrown on the ice 0?
I think Jesse said there was a catfish.
There was a
the
There
other
was
day.
yeah.
off camera or something.
Yeah.
Even then, though,
Because he tweeted, he was like, there's a catfish out there. And look, you couldn't see it because he's a mile away in the press box.
sure,
But still, like, somebody threw a jersey on the ice in a playoff series. Like,
that ain't it, fam. That's not a real fan base.
Canadian fans looking at him like,
Yeah,
you guys
Don't
haven't
know.
even suffered. What are you doing?
I mean, the Oilers do it all the time. Not in a playoff series yet.
Yeah, I mean, but Oilers fans are, like, long suffering. You could ask, is their pain worse because they have great players that they regularly waste versus the Sabres who just, like, don't get great players? Is that a worse existence to have a great player that you do nothing with, or just not to have anybody?
Oh, I think it is. I think having a great player and just
me
wasting
too.
his time.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the
Their-
worst thing as a
what
fan.
Their
what
pain is
qualifies
unique.
as a great player?
Connor McDavid.
Sure,
The fact
the
that
great-
this is like
yeah.
the second
I mean-
time they've made the playoffs,
I
for
mean,
them,
on like the other side, on like the Preds side, they had Rene for years.
and they went to a Stanley Cup final with them.
Yeah.
Fair, that's one step further than McDavid made it, I guess. 2 steps, really. Whatever, doesn't matter. But it's not like Nashville is void of talent. They had arguably the best defense in the league for years.
Yeah,
And sure, they made a final, but they didn't win anything.
it's true.
Just saying. Just throwing it out there. That, not saying Nashville's been long suffering. They
Certainly, and that's my point. They're not.
right.
So one of them throwing a jersey out there was like soft.
Oh, 100%. If you're throwing a jersey in a playoff game,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Let me ask. What's softer? A Preds fans throwing a jersey on the ice during a playoff game, or Sixers fans with Twitter accounts?
Twitter's pretty soft.
Especially today.
Twitter's been weird today.
It is
It's been great
weird
today.
energy.
No,
Yeah,
it's
very
great.
weird vibes.
It's great today.
I mean, it was kind of fun, and then I was like, I'm going back to bed.
Let's get to Blais's bets. He made thousands of dollars on Jokic winning MVP.
Let's go. Yep.
But what's he got
Plus
for the Avs?
1,200 odds on that
Woo.
bet. Oh.
Got some extra
So
cash to
good.
splash today, is what I'm hearing.
Trying to hold on to some of it. I do have
So
kids
many
that-
DNVR people that made big money today on that bet.
Good.
Oh, Hank though parlayed his with Makar for Norris.
Hold on to your butts on that
He's
one.
on the edge. Oh, there you are, Hank. I thought you were downstairs.
Sorry, bud.
All right, let's pull this bad boy up. I got to remember what ones I made for the show here. All right, I'm going Mikko first goal.
We've dicked around this whole pregame, but Mikko, is it time?
I'm
He
wearing
looked-
Miko
Now,
socks.
I say this, he has 5 points in 3 games, so it's like, is it time for what exactly? But really,
Yeah, it's Mikko time. The
Mikko
Moose
time.
needs to get loose,
okay.
and he needs to do it tonight. He's got to get ready for the next series. He's got to be effective.
I mean, it'd be great for him to just end this series.
Yeah.
Okay, he shows up in time to put the final nail in the
Plunk
coffin.
one in. I mean, he looked good at the end of the game.
I
Last game.
actually really liked a lot of his overall game.
Yeah.
And obviously, he looks awkward trying to fire off one-timers. Suddenly, he looks like he can't do it. But I really liked a lot of his physicality. He really bodied some dudes in the last game and made a difference, too. He played with more of an edge.
Yep.
And so I was really wondering, is this the next step to Mikko's?
The time is now.
Yeah.
It's
right
our
now.
time.
Now?
It's Mikko's time
I'm
now.
all about it. All right.
Here
All
for
right.
that.
Let's get into some defensive bets here.
Wow, look at that.
Cale
the two
Makar.
freest bets on DraftKings. Who
The
could have
half
seen this coming?
Power play point at plus 130. I was like, thank you. I'll take that. Especially like we just talked about, right? Preds like to take penalties, so I don't
Yep.
see that changing.
Yep.
And then Taves with a half an assist. Why not?
I
All positive money right there.
genuinely, if you're not betting on Taves or Makar or both every game, you're not doing DraftKings correctly. Just straight up.
There's also a single game parlay,
Yeah,
that you get
30%?
a 30% odds boost on, which I took that as well. That's not on here, and I also took Kadri to score.
So you could do Blais, you could do Blais style, or you could do Eric style, who parlayed Avs by 3.5, giving 3.5 goals, which is insane. But if you believe that strongly, get on it.
Yep.
We're gonna get a really a classic Nate McKinnon, just comes out and just dominates the game, and he rolls
I am
out
the
with,
best player in the world
yeah,
type
it finishes
stuff.
with
yeah.
a 2 or 3 point night where just
Well, then.
shift by shift he just
How many
he
points?
just he,
Blais
two or-
about to go make another bet.
I'm saying 2 or 3.
I think he was.
2 or 3,
he's
huh?
like
Yeah.
plus 140 for
Well, let's see
over
what we
1.5.
got
So
I would take that.
yeah,
That's where I would
score.
put that 30% boost.
To score 2 or more goals, Nathan McKinnon plus 600.
oh wow.
Wow. I mean I don't
The
betting
goals
on betting
part-
on
are you
Mikko
goals is
breaking
hard,
out.
yeah.
I think it's going to be assists, but I do think that Nate is going to have. This is Nathan McKinnon's waited all year for this.
Yeah.
I'm not betting on that guy not scoring in a single game all postseason.
It's between him and Makar has 7 points in these 3 games. By the way,
All right.
it's kind of ridiculous. Okay, final thoughts, score predictions. Who's going first?
Oh, I hadn't even thought about it.
I'll go Avs 4-1.
4-1. I'm taking it. I think we're going nuts. I think it's going to be like a 6-4 game. Avs.
I want to think about it.
Okay.
5-1.
5-1. I like it. You've had 10 seconds. Time is up, AJ.
Am I allowed to say Nashville wins?
You are
Yeah.
soft, but
Yeah.
you're allowed.
We'll go with that, I guess.
All right, everyone, boo this man.
What score did you have?
Nashville winning.
No, just that. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
At
all
what
he's willing to
cost?
say.
Yeah, I think it'll be like 4-3.
Okay.
If they do, I think it has to be a high-scoring affair. I don't trust that they can win a low-scoring affair.
I don't trust either goaltender
I like that it just,
that
like,
much.
Flipped on its head right there. The whole pregame, you're
Yeah.
just like, oh, the Avs are just gonna dominate. And then,
I've got like this like gross like thing in this pit in my stomach that just says, "Not today."
okay.
So
Now,
Trust your gut.
I need you to compare this feeling to the feeling you had when the Avs started the season 4-5-1.
that was about me, not about.
I need you to compare the feeling. That's what. Are they similar?
No,
Okay.
have that clip, by the way, ready for it to take one for a second.
it's fine.
We'll save it for dunk on AJ Day.
I do
That's
like
not
that. I was
today.
like, we're gonna get a Nate McKinnon game, and then I picked up a lose.
Sure.
Nathan McKinnon's going off, but the Avs are going to lose. It's fine.
Get him out of the bar.
The emotional head.
There it is.
The emotional hedge is in, fam.
All right. Well, whatever happens in the game, you know we've got you covered on the post game. We're also doing a watch along, or at least I am.
I have not seen the Preds lineup actually. I have not. Let me pick.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
Tiffany
the Preds
put it
lineup
in
either.
chat earlier. It looked very weird.
What is it? Rough life. Oh, I saw the porn bots in the chat.
Yeah, we made it, man.
That means we're a real YouTube channel, right? That's how that works.
What the fuck is this?
Pretty brutal.
So they've got Trennan, Johansson, and Cousins, Cunnin, Granlund, Duchesne, Forsberg, Sissons, Jeannot, Tolvin, and Glass, Tomasino.
Interesting.
And then their third pairing is Lazan and Benning.
Okay.
Trying
I don't think I want to pick Nashville to win anymore. That's
feel-
not very good.
AJ wants to change his mind.
Yeah, can I pick Colorado to win 4-1 now? Okay.
All right. Either way, catch us live in just a few minutes here on the watch along, and if not, then live post game. We'll talk to y'all in just a little bit. Until then, Washington about to win this game over Florida. Bye.